I mean, in recent times, there have been so much emphasis on, like big productions, and then people come, and then what we are hearing is Zinolinski in Christian Vaslav does not even know the school. Vaslav should not know Zinolinski. Should we watch out for Zinolinski? You get it.
As Baslalu will not know. You have an idea, then you will know.
Emimamo. Wow.
So my name is Laulu, and I'm a lot of things, but I'm first of all the resident pastor of Glory Center Community Church, Ojodu. You don't need to clap now. I'm also a co-founder with two other amazing friends.
All right.
But everybody know you.
I mean,
because
well, but for the benefit of doubt, for those that don't know, my name is.
What do you say?
Yes, my name is Nehemiah. People call me Nehi. Yes, I'm a filmmaker and master of ceremony. They call me General Nehi.
So my name is Paul, and I work for the government. And
me too, not true.
Excuse me. And,
the government is working for you.
The government is actually working for you. And that's what you do. Then the other one is what they do for you.
So I think just one of one woman, right?
And the father of one.
And the father of just still one regular.
For now. But when be the first SOD where you attend? When was the first
youth place. So I think for memories, I remember Brandon Bailey, Reverend Kotila. There was one that
I don't think Brandon Bailey came to.
It was not the first one. It was not.
No, not the first one. I said the
one you can really remember.
Yeah, the one at youth place that I remember.
No, Brandon Bailey was not.
It was not.
But maybe me at youth place, I think it's Papa Miko that I really remembered. And for me, I think that SOD was really amazing because I think it was a lot of prophecy or prophesying. I could even remember vividly some people that received. I remember someone that received a very, very amazing word about his him even setting out in the business. But honestly, for me, I think one of my anticipation for every SOD is always number one, it's always a good time to look back on the year. And thank God we have SOD, honestly. I feel like a lot of us might not have a very solid way to end the year. Today I was still trying to catch up on some of the things that were said last year. Mantles, anointings, and glory. And honestly, I don't think we've really seen everything God is doing in our midst. I feel like, number one, we're just even better people, at the very least. When I look at us, thank God we're in a good place that has the right investment from God. Honestly, the best we could have been was what we were then. If we didn't to the right path, honestly. Yeah. I mean, as much as there was, isn't everybody that is saying, I need something that is in the right place? Some people are still probably on the search of figuring life out. And for me, SOD is always that time where you look back, then you look forward. It's like it's backward looking and forward looking. I see myself sitting down last year, and one of the things Papi said last year was divine synchronization.
The authority to bind and to loose was after the conversation of synchronization in the context of brotherhood. As a church in this community, if we're able to bind and loose, it will be dependent, on what? On how synchronized we are.
Which I've really seen a lot of that in this year. But honestly, I think that for me, that's the way SOD hits, like it hits very well. Amongst all the whole logistics, there's a lot of work. Caring for people, putting things together, planning. SOD is one of the biggest events in our own sphere, right? It's like our O2. When those musicians are planning those kind of big events. Yeah. But really, aside that, after SOD, I don't feel the weight of the planning, the work. What I feel, people get tired and all this. I actually don't get tired. I'm more refreshed as though I was washed. And then I have more strength for the days ahead of me. Like, I can literally say that I think what I'm seeing ahead is possible. And a lot of testimonies as well, but I don't know, maybe we can even talk about testimonies, but I don't know what to go again.
Meetings like SOD is one of the few meetings that answer those prayers that I prayed when I was in school about continuing my walk with Jesus. It's always a fire ground. I can boldly say that I'm more on fire than then because of meetings like SOD, of course, church and all of that. So there has been a continuum. There's been a continuation. There's been a continuation with life and godliness. Basically, it's not been static. It's not been like looking back. It's just that there is something more. There's something to gun for, and then every time is always another level. I remember SODs where I have to. There was time I was in Lorraine. I got into trouble with my boss because of SOD. I was excited. I had to tell him. He said that I should go and apologize to him. I was already saying that I'm spiritual. Those things conditioned our lives to know that, okay, even when you are doing this, even the outside world must see that you have a sincerity that is not of the world stock and all of that. So, and it's always fantastic. But one of the major SODs that stood out for me was I think it started from a bit of 2022 and 2023 was the fact that I had it looked like I had so much more things to sink in. I think I've always been in more of a work mode, right? Things I hear, I'm fine, but I'm more of, I'm trying to settle different things as in media stuff and all of those things. But then this time around, I was seated. It was almost like I was re-experiencing things. I was wowed by the words. I was making decisions. As in I was writing. It has been life changing. I can
Wait,
literally.
You were writing? Where's the daughter? Where's the daughter?
Is Zatu? Yes.
I've not experienced that he wrote
One jot.
And I have one fine hands writing like this.
No, I'm not doing that.
Woman jot, don't try. I'm not sure that's the only problem, but I know you jot.
So it has been a great as in that concentration towards the end of the year to push into the new year, and then it's just been a fantastic time, especially for the very recent. As in, it's almost looking like every year. It's almost looking like wow. Like the gear shifts. I think that's the way I see it.
So for me, I like what Pastor Lalu said when he said that SOD is usually so it has transitioned from how we used to have it, like how every other person has end of the year, right? I remember then, of course, we used to do what's it called, New Year resolution, say new menu system, and I mean, so I think that for us it has redefined how we see, like, the new year. I remember Papi would always say that August, you understand? So how he says that he's already from August, he's already planning, the new year, right? And then so for me, it's always a a landmark. You get, like Pastor Lalu said, like to just, once SOD comes, and then he also said that you don't get tired. So it's not like the typical program where I'm a farashishe and then at the end of the day you will now be resting. So for me, it's usually that after SOD, for like maybe like that new year, that end of the year into the new year, many times I'm usually still in the euphoria of the whole moment. I can remember, I think it was 2016, even the songs. Like I can remember. It's funny, I still have some of those songs on my phone, right? And of course, it has gotten better. Of course, every year. Well, sometimes I don't know, maybe it's me, but there are some. So I usually say to people that I prefer when if I'm to choose maybe quality of production over spirit, I would definitely choose spirit, right? I would. Yes, I said if I'm to choose over. Do you understand? Quality over. So yeah, see what I'm saying is. So I'm trying to make reference to.
Saying if my mommy is in the boat and my wife is in the
No, it's not. So my thought in my conversation
why
is that
not have the two?
That's why I said it has always been better.
Don't make it a choice again.
It's not a choice, but I'm trying to say
Spirit
that.
of excellence. Let this thing.
Of course, now. Yes, but I'm saying, so why I said that is because, in recent times there have been so much emphasis on, like big productions, and then people come, and then what we're hearing is Zinolinski in Christian. Pastor does not even know the school. Pastor should not know Zinolinski. Should we watch out for Zinolinski?
I have an idea.
You get so
as Baslalu we don't know. You have an idea, then you will know.
Wow. So I was trying to make reference to 2016, where there was a song that I think it was His Spirit. I still have it in my head, even how Papi introduced him. He said that I think he said that how he said that, let's get it the jinta. And then he started by chariot, carry me to the throne of Adonai. Yeah, and then many times when I take those materials, or I put it on my phone and then I just play, I can vividly still relish that moment. And for me, I said that to say that for me, I love how rich the atmosphere usually is, right? Even before we gained mastery, or even before we started having very good sound, which of course, like Pastor said, we keep having. But for me, my emphasis is on the purity and the weight, right, of SOD. So it's just always beautiful. I remember the first one, even from feeling the form, they'll tell you why, they say why do you have to? Yes, now yes, why do you want to come for SOD? And then sometimes I'll be like, I'll just the way say why I really won't go. And then you would have to many times just think and even pray, you understand, and then you want to come to SOD and live with something tangible. So I'm looking forward to, many things are playing in my head. I don't know if I should say No, so I'm just remembering, many things. I remember the one we had with Apostle Anselm, I think it was, and then there was also one that we had in that round. Yeah. So it's always looking redemption. So it's always looking like, yes, it's always looking like a holy time. You say everybody just come around, and then it's been good.
I was telling somebody recently, I was saying that we can't settle. There's a way we don't settle as per every year. It's like there's a mindset that Pizza has. There's no, if you just think, let's keep it now. For instance, we have building, we have this. Just watch. It will shift to another year. You're like, it is not to work. That's how it. As I'm talking about even the ambience, then the word and everything.
I think for me, typically there's a sense to how I prepare for SOD. So typically I try to start preparing for SOD from last SOD. One of the things I do is so my ability to give during SOD, I started in January. So I create a savings this thing on Cowrywise. Yeah. So I started it from that youth place. One of those youth place. So the money will mature. The maturity date, the way they set it. So it means I can't touch it and all this. Then the name of this thing itself is SOD 2009.
Oh wow.
That particular year, and then just be putting money one after the other, till December. So it makes giving very sweet and easy
it makes
at
sense.
that time. That's one way I plan SOD at the beginning of every year. Then almost mid-year, it's more of the consecration of the heart. Yeah, because it's now also more about expectation. So I'm already trying to zero and narrow my heart to, I think I've seen a half of the year. I've really seen how my work has been with God. I've seen the things I didn't grab very well and the things I've grabbed so well. And I'm now concluding a lot of things towards December that, okay, God, before, by December, this will be issues and this will be matters that will be addressed towards maybe the next
year.
Yeah, the next year and other things that God would have me do. There are times where preparation is always also dreams as well, at times, not all the time. And that also helps to understand even how things evolve as well, particularly just to align as well, so that you don't have a wrong heart when you see those things happen.
I think for me it's more of a heart posture, right? As far I usually, for instance, mantles, anointings, and glory it's not like I know what to expect. I don't know what kids have to teach and all this, but there is a kind of preparation I have in my heart that is ready to grab everything. And of course, that it's a concentrated meeting. So things are just coming up, and then I'm trusting that I can capture them in my spirit. So I'm praying, I'm waiting. So once I can capture it in my spirit, I know that in the next year I'm going to live it out. As in, they're going to start taking shape little by little and all of that. So I think that's basically how I prepared. And maybe what I want to do this year is to make it a more deliberate thing. That's maybe bring it into family. So rather than just trusting God and praying alone, and having a conscious time where the families are praying, as we're saying, okay, so where we have defined goals as a family, and saying, okay, what are we expecting? So what are the blessings? What are the instructions we are trusting God for, and all of those things? Make them more defined, and then from there, so that when they come, we're not. It's the expectation of the righteous that will not be cut short, right? So put more. Direct expectation rather than just preparation.
Well, really, more
direct expectation
rather than preparation.
But you know that.
Okay, well, so of course, when Pastor Lalu said he prepares for SOD from the last,
logically.
I said of course, because I've had to also, of course, and I like what he said, that I think that is something that is something very, very good to emulate. So, but for me, it's usually, I usually prepare for SOD from the last SOD, because every SOD, myself and my brother will always fight because so he always wants me to come for particular program in his church, right?
Name the program. Praise night.
So he always wants me to come host, that meeting. And I'll say praise night. Yes, the praise night. And then I'll be like, look Ifi. And I told you, so I always tell them that I know that I can't come. So there was one particular day he called me. I think he called me in January to say, December 26, so I bet you program. You will my host here. I say, more pay to December, to back to the December by there's no just lock up. My December is already planned.
So SOD is that time of congealed or concentrated listening and flowing in God's presence and God's word. And I wouldn't trade it for anything over the years. That's shaped my life, that's helped me so far. And the deposits are always there throughout the year. And I would also want you to be a part of it and come and just try it out and see if your life will not change. I promise you your life will change.
All right. Well, so for me, it's just from the name. I mean, that's already from the first time. That was what got me scared. School of Destiny, and then the word destiny has always been very, very destiny, And then so, if you have a destiny, so to say, so it is just a beautiful time. It's like it's really a destiny shaping, experience. And I mean, so we used to think that. For me, I used to think that destiny was, something you understand. So, but I mean, it just keeps getting purer. So we would have thought that by now we have a full destiny and all that. But I mean, it just keeps unraveling. It keeps opening up, and then I want to invite anybody that can see this video. You should come. You should come for School of Destiny. If you do not have destiny, you will get it. You will get destiny, and if you already have, your destiny would shine.
So I think I'm first even grateful for the opportunity to experience another SOD, and I think maybe my hope and aspiration this year is that we're going to spend it with more people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're also preparing to receive more people as well. So if you're seeing this, if you've never been to SOD before, please, we're all inviting you. It's been a long time we even sat down to talk to you, but they had to bring us together to invite you. We're not, except Nehemiah that is a natural comedian and Paul that is aspiring. We usually don't, we are sharpshooters in our conversation, and just want to talk and move and all. But I think we're doing all this for you that you're watching, and we hope this is convincing enough. These are changed lives, I can tell you. And there are more that are not seated here that would also like to meet with you. We would like to have you also experience what we've experienced for close to a decade now. And
10 years.
and honestly, if it was a fluke after the second year, you would have all seen. But no, this just God reminding us that when He says that His will be done on earth as it is in heaven, this is one of His investments on earth that He has certified in heaven that we would all experience. So please come experience School of Destiny 2024.
Come and experience one in.